Hi, all you cool cats and kittens out there. In this lesson, we are going to determine the central idea using a strategy that is called REAP. That is R-E-A-P, and the R stands for read. So, for what I'm going to talk about in here, what I read is a short informational text, about 6 pages if you actually Google Through Children's Eyes by Sandra Weber, but I think you have to pay like $1. I couldn't find one online. Historic Trails is part of a website at www.oregontrailcenter.org. And then you click on the Historic Trails section, and then there's like a drop down, and you can click on the different sections of that to read through the whole thing. That's what I read through for this. So for read, you would just write down what you read. That's the read part of REAP. Next, E. R-E-A-P, E is in code. This is where you take notes as you read. So what I would have taken notes on the first one, on Through Children's Eyes, I noticed it talked about how they did chores. It talked about how some kids thought it was fun, some kids didn't. Kids wrote letters. Kids played. Sometimes it was dangerous. There's a lot of danger. I thought it was really interesting stuff to me when it said they had to pick up buffalo chips for the fire, because buffalo chips, if you don't know what those are, that's actually buffalo poop. So I was like, that's kind of weird. Plus they didn't have running water, so there wasn't a way to wash their hands, and that's kind of gross too. Anyway, so I would have taken notes as I read the encode section. For the second article on historic trails, I would have probably taken some notes about how the wagon was made and the different types of wagons they had, along with the length of the journey and just how long it would have taken. You know, now I can get on a plane and go out to Oregon and California in 6-7 hours. But back then it would take you, sometimes upwards of 6-7 months just to do it. So it depending on how bad it was. But I think it was a little bit of a shorter journey than that. I think maybe like 6-7 weeks. I don't know. It took a long time. I forget exactly. I'd have to reread it again, but that would be my encoding, just taking notes on things I find interesting. Next would be annotate. You write down your main ideas. So to me, the main ideas is that some kids had fun. For some kids, it was hard. They had to have a certain type of wagon. There was lots of like safety things they need to do and take care of. And kids could do it a lot. And it was just it was a hard journey, but at the same time, people made the best of it. That would be A for annotate. Read, annotate. So now you're really getting into maybe like what the central idea is the important main ideas. And ponder is where you make your connections and questions. I had a lot of different connections. Like, what did the kids do? Like, I really wonder what it was really like on a day-to-day basis for a kid. I guess, it might get kind of boring at a time. Or like, what did the parents do when the kids weren't listening? Or the kids were like whining or crying about something. So that's kind of my connection there. And then my big question that I had as reading it talked about how one of the people was writing letters. And so what I was wondering is, how in the world do they send the letters? Like, you write a letter while you're on the trail, but there's not like a mailbox along the way because there's nothing there. You're out in the middle of nowhere. Does like someone go back do you have people like kind of like going up and down the trail to send letters? I don't know. So I don't know, like they were writing letters. I guess they maybe saved them. Yeah, that was my question. How did they send the letters they were writing? So on that note, that's P for ponder, R-E-A-P. Just a good way to kind of think about your reading and better understand it and come up with your central idea.